Shalom, shalom. I want to say all praises be to Abanawa Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Harakak Kodash. Double honor to the apostles, elders of Great Millstone who rule well. Shalom to the sincere brethren, Akim all day across the four winds, the four corners of the globe, pushing the truth, the good news of Yahweh Shai, proclaiming salvation to the elect of Israel, so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, and proclaiming the downfall of Esau, Edom, the so-called white man and its wicked empire. So this video is going to be a World War III update entitled The Precedent Has Already Been Set. The precedent have been set, meaning that Iran and Israel in the past week has locked horns, man, and has bombarded each other's cities with ballistic missiles and different aircraft weaponry, man. You know what I mean? Basically, both countries, the Iranians being the Persians and the Israelis being the seed of Amalek, they have bombarded each other's cities with bombs, man. Which this sets a great precedent in the times of this World War III. Meaning that they physically has locked horns, man. It never been like this before between the Iranians and the Israelis, man. Showing us that what? We one step closer, and we in them times of the World War III becoming hot, man. You understand? So this is the book of Joel chapter 3 verse 9. Proclaim me this among the Gentiles, prepare war, prepare war, wake up the mighty men, let all the men of war draw near, let them come up. Come, so prepare war. Being that time of war, Ecclesiastes 3. And that's exactly what both nations are on. They're on war timing. They're shooting missiles on one another. They getting their military ready for what? Warfare, man. All out warfare. If it be the Lord's will to come to that at this present time. Full-blown warfare, man. You understand? This is book of Ecclesiastes chapter 3 verse 3. To everything there is a season, and and a time to every purpose under heaven. Come. And it will be in the time of what? War, bloodshed, in the time of the end of the world. That's the time we're in. That's the season we're in. The season of Yahweh Shai is coming back. A time to be born and a time to die. A time to plant and a time to pluck up that which is planted. A time to kill and a time to heal. A time to break down and a time to build up. A time to weep and a time to laugh. A time to mourn and a time to dance. A time to cast away stone and a time to gather stones. A time to embrace and a time to refrain from embracing. Come. I'm jumping on to verse 8. A time to love and a time to hate. A time of war and a time of peace. Come. And we want the season of war over there in the Middle East. Which is right in fitting in prophecy with Joel 3 and 9. You understand? Each country is holding military bombardment campaigns, shooting missiles on one another. Right now in the Middle East, the Iranians and the Israelis. You understand? Which is right in line with prophecy. The least of the flock shall draw them out. We see who? DJ Trump on there. What it says on CBS News, what are the risks of the U.S. striking Iran? Why does the U.S. want to strike Iran? On behalf of the Israeli state. Scripture says, what the least of the flock shall draw them out. Because the main reason why the U.S. is going to get involved in this Middle East affair, arena of World War III, is to aid the Israeli state, to aid the state of Israel, man. And what is looking like Trump probably might strike Iran. And if it's the Lord's will that this leads to the full-blown World War III, this will be it, man. But we're going to see how the Lord play it. Because there are a lot of different things going on behind the scenes. But ultimately, we understand is the Lord's will, is the Lord's prophecy that must come to pass. And also, we have to look for the mark of the beast, the chip, to fully come to pass too. So we can't forget that same way in tandem with this World War III. In tandem with the nuclear confrontation. Because in order for the missiles to get shot, the mark of the beast, the RFID chip, have to fully come to pass, be mandated, so on and so forth. The hour of temptation have to come to pass. So we understand more than likely this is setting up for the end, for the World War III to happen, man. And when it happens, it's gonna be like, yeah, it's already, the precedent already been set for Iran and Israel to trade blows, man, to attack each other's major city. That's the main thing that's happening right now. That's the main thing, take away from this. The precedent has been set, you know what I mean, for shit to go down, man. You understand? See, once you're a person tangle one time, it ain't nothing for you to tangle again, man. You know what I mean? It ain't nothing for you to tangle again. Once a person kill once, it ain't nothing for them to kill twice, man. You understand? So on and so forth. You get the picture, man. So it ain't gonna be nothing for when the Lord ordained that time, yo, full-fledged, all out war, man. You understand? Boots on the ground, blood in the Middle East, man. In the valley of Yahweh Shaphat, the valley of the Lord's great judgment, man. It ain't gonna be nothing for that to kick off, man. Seeing that we don't already come to this, where they're bombarding each other's cities. It ain't gonna be nothing for American boots on the ground in the Middle East, which there are already boots on the ground. But in terms of directing them to, yo, we on wartime, man. Yeah, I mean, we busting at the Iranians, man. We busting at the Russians in the Middle East. We busting at the Chinese. And that's another thing, the Chinese and the Russians, they're holding all type of backdoor conversations with the Iranians, man. And we know that's concerning what? Ultimately is defense, man. Ultimately, they're going to have to come to the Iranians' aid. As Ezekiel 38 tells you about the Russians, Gog and Magog, being a god unto these different nations, and Iran, the Persians, being one of them. You understand? So this is book of Joel chapter 3 verse 10. Beat your plowshares into swords, can. So hey, no more agriculture. Agriculture in the focus, man. Farming in the focus. Military is the focus, man. Build up your militaries. That's what Iran did over the past decades. That's what North Korea did. That's what Pakistan, that's what India did. That's what Russia did. You understand? That's what China did. And that's what even what America did. Because America budget, military budget is over $1 trillion, man. I think this year coming up, which is the largest it ever been in the history, man. $1 trillion budget, military spending budget. Why is all these different nations pumping up their military spending budget? Ultimately to get those men of war ready for the great day of the Lord, man. Ready for the World War III. Which is we in the season of that, the times of that. And we see the precedent being set for Israel and Iran to trade blows, man. Beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say I'm strong. Because all of these nations was once viewed as weak nations. Iran being one of them. Iran, China, Pakistan, India. You know what I mean? They were all viewed, China, they were viewed as weak nations going back 60, 50 years ago. But now they have to be respected. Now they have the weapons that bend the bow. They're the nuclear armaments. Which that's the main thing with this whole Iranian option. Oh, Iran has nuclear weapons. That's the whole big convo here, man, the whole big question. You understand? Whether they have it or not, hey, that's in the Lord's hands, but ultimately the allies have it, man. Russia and China has it. And they're gonna ultimately have to come to the aid of Iran and these different nations, man. Because there's gonna be there's a division amongst the earth, man. America, NATO, and EU versus Russia and her allies, man. Because even eventually, American allies, the 10 horns is gonna turn against America in these last days and times. And we already seen the precedent for that with DJ Trump and his isolationism. Basically talking shit about the European nations, the NATO allies, so on and so forth. All of these things are setting the precedent for when shit really go down, man. For real, man. All of this stuff, man, that we seen, that is the Lord putting things, these geopolitical moves, is the Lord putting things in place for when things really are supposed to erupt, and it ain't no turning back from that. This is the World War III. This is it. This is the full-blown WW3. Assemble yourselves and come all ye heathen, gather yourselves together around about. They that cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Lord, come. Because ultimately, Yahweh and the angels, the mighty ones, are going to come back in the midst of this World War III and conquer all these nations, man. Because there's going to come a point in time where the armies and the militaries that's left of these nations in the World War III, the air forces, so on and so forth, they're going to join together and fight against Yahweh Shai. And Yahweh Shai and the angels, Michael and the angels, gonna vanquish them. Man. Now, I mean, that's the great final salvo of this world, of this age. After the nations destroy each other, what's left of them, they're gonna come up against Yahweh Shai, Michael, and the angels, man. And they're gonna be utterly wasted. Let the heathen be wakened and come up to the valley of Yahweh Shaphat, which is the Middle East, which is going to be the great ground battle in the World War III. Come up to the valley of Yahweh Shaphat. For there will I sit to judge all the heathen round about. Come. Put ye in the sickle, for the harvest is ripe. Come get you down, for the press is full, the fats overflow, for their wickedness is great. Come, going into the great destruction that's to come. These people are likened unto an altar to be sacrificed, man. People here in America, so on and so forth. But chiefly America, and really all you people across the globe, man. But America is a great place of, is going to be a great place of the nuclear destruction. The Middle East is going to be a great place of what? The World War III ground battle, same way, man. But World War III is a global thing with different epicenters. But one of the main epicenters for the ground battle specifically is going to be what? The Middle East, the Valley of Yahweh Shaphat. And then missiles going to be getting shot against America. America going to be shooting missiles against Russia, China, and these different nations same way. So it's going to be a big, beautiful ending, man, for the elect of the nation of Israel. And it's going to be amazing to see how it plays out exactly. Because we got like the skeleton of how things are going to go. But every detail, every circumstance, the Lord is going to reveal that in due time. And we're going to see how the Lord play it out. But the overall gist of what's going to happen, we have that. But every detail, whether this current conflict is going to calm down a little bit and then spruce back up, we're going to see. We're going to see what happens, you understand? With this whole Iranian and Israel conflict. But we understand it fits into prophetic prophecy, man. Whether this be the battle to turn it into the full-blown World War III, we're going to see in due time. You understand? But one thing with this, it sets the precedent that, yeah, we can shoot missiles on each other's cities. We can kill each other citizenry. You know what I mean? Because shooting missiles on a city, I mean, you killing innocent people, man. So this quote-unquote innocent people. So that precedent is already set for them to lock horns and bomb each other and come up against each other, man. So this is a beautiful thing, another step closer to the main event, the World War III and the thermonuclear destruction of Babylon the Great. And of course, the chip is in there too, man. Because the chip, this World War III scenario is more than likely going to lead to a global economic crash, man, where the chip is going to be the so-called solution that the elite's going to bring in. But we're going to see how the Lord plays out. You know what I mean? Proverbs 20 and 24, man's going of the Lord. The Lord controls the kings of the earth, these different kings, the Ayatollah, Donald Trump, Netanyahu. The Lord controlling all these men, man. And the Lord is going to have them do his will in his liking in due time, man. Well, all the time, but we're going to see World War III come to pass in due time, man. Hey, so with that, going to say all praises be to Abanawa, Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Harakah, Kodash. Double honors to the apostles, elders of great millstone who rule well, and shalom to the elect. Kwame Asha Allah, Abad Babal.